Hello everybody and welcome back to Zombie Army 4. I apologize I haven't put up a video in a while, but as we all know, life just happens sometimes. However, during the break I did manage to get the Season 1 and 2 passes for this game while they were on sale. So we have more missions, more weapons, and more characters to work with. And I will be doing a walkthrough of those DLC missions probably in October. Also, in my spare time, I have been doing a solo run on Brutal Nightmare difficulty just to see if it's possible. And I have completed the first 3 missions on my own. But when I got to Zombie Zoo Chapter 1, that's where I started having some major difficulties, and my tactics and my setup had to change. So I figured I would make a video for you guys who are having similar issues. You can either copy my strategy and or improve upon it if you would like. I'd appreciate any feedback in the comments section if you got any. But for this chapter here, we're going to be running Warner for the increased divine damage and healing, since everything's kind of revolving around the Big Joe crossbow. Never did I think I'd be using the Big Joe crossbow on Brutal Nightmare as my primary, but the divine bolts are definitely needed to help keep us healed. And the triple shot bolt mod is helpful for the crowd control aspect. My secondary is going to be the MP44 with the vampire scope, and my pistol is going to be the 7.65 police pistoli with super headshot rounds. That way we've got something to help deal with the heavies. My melee is always Divine Blast for the knockback and healing. And my perk setup right now is Stamina Defense, Hardened, Second Chance, Takedown Frequency, and Enhanced Stamina, since Enhanced Stamina and Stamina Defense kind of synergize well together. However, I have contemplated swapping one of those out for Bulletproof, and you can probably see why when we get into the game. So now all that's out of the way, let's get into the game and talk about it. So we start this out as we did in the walkthrough. We're going to open these crates for the explosive weapon attachment. The first one I put on the crossbow, and the second one I'm going to put on the MP44. And now we're just running down to the safe room to get our med kit before we drop down. Now I did play as Boris for the first 3 missions for the increased melee and the increased number of times I can do takedowns to try and keep me healed. But for this chapter, I found myself getting overwhelmed and insta-killed coming out of the melee and takedown animations. This is why I've chosen this tactic, and for right now it seems to be working. Now what you want to do from here is you want to run to the middle section and trigger the dialogue and the horde coming in, because on PlayStation 4 I found this chapter can be quite glitchy, and if you don't do that, then you can actually kill all the zombies in this area, and the next set of zombies that are supposed to spawn won't, and you won't be allowed to progress forward and have to reload the entire chapter. But you can see here at the start we got bombarded with a small group of enraged zombies, and you want to take advantage of the explosive weapon attachment on the crossbow to get rid of them as fast as possible before focusing your attention to the background and killing the group that's still climbing over the sandbags. You can also see the gray fog that confines us to this area, so we don't have a lot of room to work with. They've taken this chapter and split it up into sections, and since they've done that, I will also do that with my videos. That way we're not watching a 2-hour long video. So this is just going to be the first part of the Zombie Zoo chapter on Brutal Nightmare. Now, right here, the focus is to just kind of group them up and keep the left and right sides clear, so you have escape routes to circle them around. And don't do what I do here. Running up this center rock on the right hand side, you can't fall off of it. You can only fall off to the right and left hand sides of that rock. You can see I got stuck there for a second and almost paid for it with that enraged zombie running up behind me. So as with anything else, don't corner yourself. Now you can see I procced the Divine Bolt here, and this actually serves 2 very useful purposes in this chapter. One, any enraged zombie that runs into that puddle will return back to being a normal grunt, and that decreases the amount of zombies that are charging toward us at a high rate of speed, causing us to panic or overwhelm us. And the other is I do my best to save my melee for when I actually do get a Divine Bolt dropping a puddle down. That way I can run into the puddle and knock back any zombies that don't need to be there, and I can safely stand there for a couple extra seconds and take advantage of the healing ability that Warner has. And right now we're just doing what we're doing. We're going to keep grouping up the zombies as they're spawning in, keeping our escape routes clear. And once we kill enough zombies in this area, the next set are going to spawn in, and we're going to get 3 snipers that spawn in, and we're also going to start getting heavy gunners that spawn directly to my front there. So they're going to spawn close to the door that we came out of when we started this chapter, if that is more specific. But right now, yeah, our main focus is just grouping them up, and you can see the snipers have spawned in. So what you're going to want to do is pull out the MP44 and take care of them as fast as possible, because you really don't want to deal with the snipers and the gunners at the same time. I, however, failed to do so in this one. I get 2 out of the 3, and I lost sight of the 3rd one. But it does all work out. There I kill sniper number 2. I am looking for sniper number 3, but you can see the gunner has already spawned in the back, and I'm kind of panicking, running for cover. I drop melee down for some quick healing, and I decide I'm not going to find sniper number 3. I pull out my pistol, and this is great. Just usually a couple shots to the head takes them out, and sniper number 3 presents itself, and we take him out. Now there are going to be 2 more gunners that spawn in that exact same spot that we're going to have to deal with. That's the other reason why you want to get rid of the snipers as fast as possible. Right here I'm just trying to get some secondary ammo, and I'm going to take this guy down for some extra health. But the second gunner has already spawned. Really, I'm just going to break line of sight and keep these guys grouped up and coming in this one direction. That way my right side is a little bit more clear for running by. I'm going to run by this gunner and take cover behind this debris here and start pumping him in the head with my pistol, and he drops in between the rock and the blue truck. Now all that's left to do is to keep the zombies grouping up in the direction I want them to. We're going to grab some extra healing here and wait for that 3rd gunner to come in. There's our 3rd gunner. And right here I do something stupid. I figure I have this wide open spaces and everything's on my left hand side, and I just kind of charge at him thinking I want to get him in 2 shots and it's going to be quick. And for some reason the hit registration with the super headshot rounds isn't always effective. I can take down heavies in 2 shots, and sometimes it takes me a clip to a clip and a half to take down a heavy. And reloading there kind of scared me a little bit, because I thought he was going to actually take me down with his machine gun. But we pulled through and persevered, and now we actually got a couple Divine Bolts to proc, so we're going to get healed up. Stomp some of these gunner corpses for ammo, and we're going to continue with the circle strategy, because it's not over yet. Now, when you kill enough of these zombies here, the next set of zombies that come in, I believe, are going to be 4 necromancers, 2 commanders, and 3 butchers. And that's where this area and its tight spaces start getting extremely complicated because of all the enrage those two commanders are going to bring at the start once they spawn in. That's the other great thing about the crossbow here is the electric bolts really do a good job at killing a few zombies and stunning the masses, so you have time to breathe and assess your situation. Here I didn't know how much health I actually had, so I figured I just dropped down a quick melee since I had it. Don't do what I did here either. I got extremely lucky that that zombie wasn't swiping. He was just firing off into the distance. I probably should have just did the takedown or melee to knock him down and run past him more efficiently. But I did get lucky, even though I stutter stepped on him walking my path. Now I'm just kind of trying to see what I actually have still left on the field and taking a breather. And here we are, the necromancers have spawned in. And what I've done here is I get the heart shot, but what you see me doing here, continuing to fire into the corpse and getting rid of it, that is super important to do when you have multiple necromancers. If any of you actually watched my M1 Grand Mastery, then you'll know that if you have multiple necromancers on the field and you don't get rid of their corpse, then the necromancers will just continue to raise them. And you can see all that damage that I'm taking. I am super low on health. A lot of that is not coming from the enraged zombies that are charging at me. The officer's pistol on Brutal Nightmare is extremely overpowered, and I have seen necromancers can actually drop you in 2 shots from the pistol. So any officer that gets on the field is a high priority. You want to take them out. You can see he just hit me once and I'm already back to red, even after some healing. So I just kind of run away, try to keep things grouped up as best I can. I'm avoiding the butchers for now because they are not my main threat. I want to try to get rid of all the necromancers and the commanders. Here I get lucky with a puddle. That's going to be super helpful with dealing with that group of enraged. And it's also going to help me heal up a little bit. That way I can take another pass on the commanders. So I went past the one and I got that one. And that's another great thing about the MP44 with the explosive rounds, is sometimes when you get the heart shot, it will go ahead and explode the corpse for you, and you don't have to waste time trying to stomp the corpse off the field or actually wasting ammo shooting into it to get rid of it from range. But now that the officers are taken care of, what you want to do is you want to focus on grouping your zombies back up in the direction that you want them to go in, and safely getting vantage points to take care of these 3 butchers. I'm again failing with my pistol. It is taking more than 2 shots to get rid of them, and I'm still trying to figure out the hit registry with the pistol there, but we get it done. I definitely almost paid for it there and pinned myself against a barrel. I got extremely lucky and we got out of it. But now we're just going back to grouping. I'm getting tired at this point. I'm using my MP44 to get rid of some stuff. And now you can see how many shots I just put into his head before I had to reload, and then 2 shots, it was done. We still have at least 1 more butcher still left on the field. Get a nice shock bolt there to help deal with that crowd. And now I'm just going to keep grouping the enraged that are still spawning. That way I can not only keep my escape routes, but I also have a safe vantage to help me deal with that third butcher, because I really want him off the field like now. And this section has taken quite a lot out of me at this point. I'm just trying to focus and keep going and not go down. I'm still grouping up these enrays. I'm praying for a divine bolt that doesn't come. I do get fire, I will settle for it. And right here I see an opportunity to get the butcher. There you go. 2 shots, he's gone. So I don't know why it sometimes takes multiple rounds when it's supposed to be penetrating their armor helmet, but it is what it is, and we get this done. Now all that's left to do really is clean up the rest of these zombies. Now you'll probably notice that also I haven't gone down during this section either. You really want to avoid going down, because you want to save both your second chance procs as well as your medkit auto revive for the last section of this chapter with the blood fountain. And I'm actually still trying to get past that, but I do have the footage for the other sections, because the necromancers of the blood fountain do happen to kill you rapidly, and you don't want to go down in any section of this chapter. You want to have all revives you can get available to you in order to get through it. Now we see the stars signaling that these are the last remaining zombies of this section, and once they're dead, we are done. No more heavies, no more commanders. Now what you see me doing here is firing into the ground with a crossbow. Make sure you do this at the end of each section to get that divine bolt puddle on the ground, so you can get a full heal in before you move on to the next section. You're really going to want it. Now I'm just going to stomp corpses for the ammo that I can't get from the refill point. I'm looking for my crossbow and pistol ammo. I believe I'm also going to be stomping the corpses of the gunners here. I'm also looking for some extra grenades for just in case. And I think I get rather unlucky here. I remember stomping all 3 of their corpses, and the other didn't produce a grenade, and I think I saw his grenade fall through the map actually. But other than that, this part is done. I'm gonna end up grabbing a machine gun and dragging it with me to the front of the next section, and that's where we're going to end off. So I want to thank you all for watching. I hope this is helpful, and I will see you in the next part.